Hello and welcome to the Rise of Virtual Cheese Wars 2025, showcasing the best in British cheese. I'm Jonathan Piercy, and I will be attempting to moderate and guide these wonderful people through the judging process. Today we'll be judging category F3, which is buffalo milk soft cheese. And I am joined by the firstly, the wonderful Sarah DeWitt, who you can see on screen, but then judging will be the fantastic Tanny and the glorious Jane, and I will let them introduce themselves to you.
Hi, so I'm Jane Quick, and I've recently come back to my family dairy farm. We have cows which we milk, they graze on grass, and we make cheese with that milk. We make a naturally rinded cloth-bound cheddar called Quicks. And in terms of judging, this is my first time at the Virtual Cheese Awards, but I have judged at the World Cheese Awards, and I love it.
And then over to you, Tanny.
Hi, I'm Tanny Gill. I have spent the last 20-odd years in the British cheese industry. Started off making the Alum cheddar, and over the years, I've judged many competitions in Britain and probably been judging Virtual Cheese Awards from day one. I'm based in Glasgow, and we supply Scotland with best of British and European cheeses. Looking forward to judging today.
Fantastic. So the judges will be using a scoring system out of 10 and based on 4 different attributes, which will be appearance, aroma, texture, and of course, flavor. The winner will be the cheese with the most points at the end of the judging, and we'll go forward to the best category stage finals on the 10th of June. So without further ado, let's get eating some buffalo mozzarella. So your first cheese is F31161.
Looks good.
Woo!
What's happening, Jane?
Quite nice and firm texture.
Yeah, so it's got a skin. It's got that slightly thick skin. Or do you know
Right.
what I mean by, I suppose?
Yeah. Where the scalding is a bit heavy on it, but
The outer layer is sort of a bit firmer.
Yeah, a bit firmer, maybe a higher temperature has been used.
Do
Lovely,
you get much
fresh.
on the nose?
Not, yeah, it's milky, fresh, lactic, very much what you might hope for. I would say, yeah, the outside potentially, would it be the higher temperature that it's stretched in that might have caused
yeah,
that?
I think
looks like it's
Tanny
scalded
said,
a bit.
But you
too
can
much.
see, I don't know if you can see, without wanting to get too much whey on my on my keyboard. Lovely layers.
oh yeah.
Can you see that layering?
Great
Of
texture.
Lovely structure.
And what do you get? What's the flavor bringing to you?
How do you call this? Not cloudy. Like
very delicate. Even the lactic element is taken out of it. Super delicate, but
milky, sweet.
there's almost a delicate. There's a hint of sourness. Not even sourness. It's not a sour. It's
Like a
almost
yogurtiness.
yogurty. Yeah,
There we go.
Slightly lactic.
Yeah,
It is,
yogurt. Bright.
Yeah. I always think that's such a good cheese with the word with these sorts of cheeses. Bright. I think it's a lovely word to use with these sorts of cheeses. Okay, so
Very pleasant on the finish though. Nice.
Yeah.
You don't feel nothing untoward. Really nice.
But there's more going on than I've had in, there's the acidity and even like a really tiny hint of bitter. Like it's not bitter, but there's
yeah.
something there that's more, maybe it's like an astringent almost that brings some interest and complexity to
Oh,
the
nice.
cookies that
Okay, cool. So
yeah.
appearance-wise, what do you think, guys?
Yeah, no, looks good. Look perfectly shaped, almost too perfect. So maybe it's a machine made thing, but looked fine. Everything was good. Ball itself was good on the tear. Nice rind, how the skin on it. Um, I was happy with the appearance. I would happily give it a good 8 or 9. Difficult to fault something like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jane?
Yeah. An 8.
An 8, yeah?
An 8 on appearance.
Okay. Okay, on to aroma.
Fresh. I mean, it's with this class, it feels like
Lactic, yeah,
yeah.
very what it should be.
Yeah, so 9, 8, 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing to mark it down on, I think.
Nothing more.
Do you think a 10?
Sure.
Yeah.
Very delicate, so yeah, yeah,
Mm.
go for it.
Texture?
So here is where maybe just that outer layer is
Yeah.
a bit drier and harder than yeah, and it doesn't it's still very pleasant, but there's maybe if I was to mark it down on something that
It would be.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's slightly overcooked or well done for making it that the hardness coming through not only on the outer cover of the ball, but even inside on the curd, a bit more undercooked or less heat would have left it a bit more, kind of softer and fragile
Right, okay.
on
So
the
it's a bit
feeling.
tougher.
It is
quite
tough. It is, yeah,
tough.
it is,
tough.
yeah, it is very tough. Yeah, like super,
like it's lost its fat
Yeah.
from that part.
So what do we think score-wise then?
um, that's for taste. Are we talking about
The texture.
Texture, the texture, yeah.
A?
Or
Okay, 7. Let's go 7.
7, yeah?
Yeah,
Because I think from what you're saying, that outer layer is quite significant in how you're feeling it in your mouth.
it is. Yeah, so it almost peels off from the
Yeah.
pate or the body of the cheese. So the body
Right.
is left by itself,
Yeah.
and pate comes off.
Oh, you can see it, yeah.
So,
Okay, so we'll go over 7,
yeah.
and then
And
flavor,
also
guys.
use half marks as well, remember.
Okay.
I know I've tried, but they're very like it's either this or that.
We've given a few.
See,
I love it. We've given a
So
few.
what
I mean,
would
God, in mine and James's this morning, we had a 0.75, I think.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. I felt bad for Cara, honestly.
I think Cara's exhausted after that session, actually.
I bet she is, yeah.
what Jane and I have done is we practiced how are we going to score. So when Jane winks on her right and goes like this,
Yeah,
that means
yeah.
it's above 5. If it's this, means it's below 5.
Whatever works, Tanny and Jane.
Okay, so flavor.
Yeah, I really loved it. Interesting, astringent. 9.
Yeah.
9, yeah.
Difficult to mark it down, but I think the flavor would have the flavor would have come off better if the texture would have complemented. So it's one of those, because everything is so delicate over here, you're picking up easily small things. So 9 is happy.
Okay. A 9 it is then. Okie dokie. Our next cheese is F31162. Hey, you I can have a bit of mozzarella right now. I'm actually really jealous.
Yeah, I've been jealous for the last 3 days.
Well, I was going to say, like, I ate all that cheese this morning. I was like, and then some of the cheese they've been eating, I'm like, oh God, that looks amazing. I could have some of that. And I do love a bit of mozzarella. I learned, someone was telling me about mozzarella, and like room temperature makes such a difference to mozzarella. And I never thought of it years ago. I was like, oh, you eat out of the fridge, but actually bring it to room temperature. The difference in flavor is phenomenal, isn't it?
That's what they say.
Hugely.
That's what they
Huge.
say. The best thing to do is eat mozzarella at the farm when it is still scalded in that hot
Oh,
oil
nice.
and pinched out like that. So
Okay, so what we got, guys? What's it? So this is more of a like a bocconcini, like the slightly smaller ones.
Juicy. Mm. Silky. There's the outside is silky and held more moisture.
this is that. I grew up with buffaloes back home in India, and see when you're chewing onto that little bocconcini and that warm, woody, milky flavor that you get, that's a classic buffalo.
Amazing.
Woody, yeah,
You know,
I get that. Woody. In a good way.
Yeah.
yeah, in a good way. Yeah. Everything is in a good way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's delicious. Yeah.
And this makes a difference because even the skin on this is much softer.
Yeah.
I say it looks quite soft from just
Yeah,
like
it does
you
totally,
pressing
totally.
it.
Absolutely, and so much easier. So you just literally just tear it easy, so much easier. And it makes so much of a difference actually. And I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
yeah,
Again, so I mean, obviously we know the style of cheese. What's the aroma like? Did you get much off that?
no, very delicate again, lactic. There is that, you know how Jane said earlier, cow's milk. She loves cow's milk and she's grown up with cows and she understands that there
Yeah.
is a particular thing with the buffalo milk,
Ah, okay,
Okay.
amazing.
the smell. It's like the buffalo cream is white, whereas the cow's milk cream is yellow. And yeah, there's that typical, but again, I think this is lovely though. It's really nice. Aroma is very delicate, very delicate.
Yeah. There's almost like a slightly sour smell. That's a pleasant sour smell.
Okay, so should we get to the scores on the doors?
Right.
What are we thinking for appearance?
Ooh, 9, 10, like they look lovely,
Yeah.
all nice.
I like the way they're not completely uniform.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, they look different shapes. If you pick, it's not like
Artisan.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I think 9.
yeah, 9's good.
Lovely. And aroma, what do you think?
Nice. I'd give a 9 again for what it is. There's nothing kind of difficult to mark it down as, and nothing untoward or unpleasant from what it should be. Very light and lactic and fresh. Jay,
Yeah, that's it. A slightly sour way. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. 9. It's fine.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Gets
Getting
lost in the smell of the cheese. Okay, texture.
Sure, was equally nice. Really nice.
Yeah, I loved it actually. It was like it's like a cheese grape. It like bursts in your mouth.
A cheese grape. I'm putting that down.
Mm.
And,
That's
and-
a That's a really good descriptor to remember, Jonathan,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Really good. Because I bet it's got that bit of give, you know, like when you chew, but I mean, bites it and it just suddenly, and then it gives.
Mm.
I can't even eat grapes anymore, but I can eat mozzarella, so
Yeah.
I'll make.
Replace. It's a switch, you know.
I've got a link. Yeah, I'll just switch them out. Yeah.
I
Okay,
give
so
it 10. I love it.
a 10, yeah?
yeah,
Lovely. And then on to flavor.
I'd happily go for a 9 or a 10 on that flavor.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a cheese grape.
Yeah, it's a
Cheese
cheese
grape,
grape.
exactly.
Yeah, a 9 or 10, I'd be happy. 9.5?
9.5. There we go.
We can go with 9. Jay, if you
Sarah,
want.
you've influenced them into half scores.
Yeah, no,
I think what I liked about
Well, if
that
you
was
can't agree, yeah.
some of the words you discussed that you used though, like the woody element, those sort of descriptive words are really good. I thought it was quite nice to hear. Right. So then the last, but definitely not least, is F31163.
Ooh.
Ooh. Is this buffalo cream?
Oh, is it stracciatella?
Oh.
I think so, yeah.
Oh God, I'm so jealous. Oh no, fuming. That looks amazing.
Oh,
Oh,
wow. The smell. That's a completely new smell for me.
oh my God, that looks amazing.
That's
A bit of focaccia bread. Oh Lord. Oh, God.
Sorry, I'm going to do something that I would
No,
do back home.
go for it, Tanny. There we go. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
Sarah, there was a picture opportunity there you missed.
That's proper,
Unbelievable.
like, this is the sweetness I was talking about, Jane.
Mm.
That cream, that's like proper serious buffalo business. I mean,
Oh,
Buffalo business.
Buffalo business.
Buffalo business. I've
Another,
not heard that one before.
another good. Well, actually, maybe not.
Wow.
no,
They
I
might get the
mean it,
wrong
like
idea.
everything is like, the cream is white and oh my
So
God.
So it's like
Stracciatella.
stracciatella.
Yeah.
Stracciatella. But that's,
Stracciatella.
yeah. And this is like, that's pretty much cream by itself. And
Oh
that's
my
so good,
God,
man.
I'm so
Oh,
jealous.
piece of-
Wow.
that's-
And so, do you get? I mean, obviously, the style of the cheese would say that it's not hugely strong on aroma, but do you get any notes off it at all?
No, very delicate. Super, super light. Very delicate. Like, not even lactic.
No lactic. Like it tastes, it smells of I can't, there's a thing from my childhood that it smells of that's nothing to do with cheese. I
That's all right.
can't,
Tell me, go for it.
I don't know if there's like a, do you know what, there's something that you can smell something. It's like I don't know, it was probably like plasticine or something. I can't remember. It's not, that's not what it smells like, but it's probably something like really.
So do you mean more like a kind of almond, maybe?
Yes. Yes.
Because
Thank you.
because I always think that like Play-Doh had that like marzipan-y.
Yes.
And I used to smell it all the
I
time.
love the smell. I
Yeah.
still do. My kids have it. I love the smell of
Marzipan,
Play-Doh.
yeah, has an almond marzipan.
Yeah.
You- It wasn't stupid for me to say that because although it was stupid for me to say that, it led up.
Nothing's ever.
It's not
Nothing's ever
stupid.
silly
Oh,
to
some of the things
say,
I've
you
said
just have to
stuff
work
smells
out what
like
you mean.
Jesus. I've said cheese smells like some stuff that people look at me like I'm crazy, but it does sometimes it evokes something that you trigger something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Love that.
Amazing.
Okay, and texturally, what are we getting from it? I mean, it looks upsettingly amazing texturally, but I'm not eating it.
It does, and for me at least, I think it's
the cream.
It's, the taste just complements the texture more because the sweetness is coming through, and that's that natural sweetness. It's not artificial sweetness.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's just
amazing.
So it's the lactose from the milk, isn't it?
I love that.
High lactose.
But I don't know, Jane. What do you think? It's new.
Yeah, the nutty, creamy. Yeah, it's almost like, yeah, it's a texture of cream I haven't had because it's thick, but it's not, but it's light.
Yeah.
It's not,
yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so we're gonna have to look at some scores then. So appearance, what do we think?
Very good. A 9, 10.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's difficult to fault it.
I'll say, so what would you mark it down on then? Let's say try it that way. If you're gonna mark it down from 10, what would you, if anything?
I think the only thing you could mark it down is on taste, but I think it's pretty tasty.
You think so? You think a 10 for appearance?
Yeah,
I think so. If we can't mark it down on anything.
Aroma, what do we think?
it is what it is. There is that
The nutty almond,
almond.
slightly plasticine.
I love that though. I think that's
Maybe.
like
Yeah.
great descriptive words. I mean, not that I've eaten plasticine, well, not for years anyway, but I've stopped my
Yeah.
son from eating it recently, but I've not eaten it. So
Well,
what do we think again? A 9 or a 10? What
yeah,
where
a
Yeah.
9.
a 9?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go for 9, yeah.
Okay. Texture. Well, look at the smile.
Yeah.
The smile straight away there. I think we know.
It's pretty amazing.
It was really delicious.
10?
I think, yeah, just,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's good.
Very difficult to follow the texture. Like it is just
I mean, it
crazy.
looks unbelievable. I mean,
It's
I'm
crazy.
just...
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
And then
Mm.
flavor wise.
I really liked it. Shane, what do you think? I'm happy to go from 10 to 9, whatever.
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah, I it's so hard without any comparators to go on, but
Correct. It's so difficult for what we are trying and what's your. That's pretty good.
yeah, it tastes very much as it smells. So that almondy, nutty,
Sweet, pleasant kind of.
yeah,
There's no aftertaste. Really nice. So
yeah,
10 if you
very
like.
slight astringents.
What
Yeah,
do you think? 10?
10.
Yeah. There we go. Right. Well, the winner of that class was the last one we just tried, which was F31163. Although I think all of them actually were pretty good in that class as well, to be fair. I think there was all of them seemed like they come across really well. So amazing, great way to finish. Thank you very much to Butlers for being our apron sponsor and Miller Damsons for being our cracker sponsor. Thank you, obviously, to our amazing judges for their absolute graft today and putting up with me moderating. We have the category finals on the 10th of June, and then our grand final on Wednesday the 11th, which will be revealing the best British cheese, as well as talking about and recognizing some amazing, talented, and hard-working individuals in this fantastic industry we're in. And obviously, the day will finish with the Supreme Champion being announced. Fingers crossed it's one of the ones we've done today. And yeah, again, thank you guys so much for being a part of this and for your expertise and your time. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much.